You are about to see the real footages of 4 driving tests in which the students came across yellow traffic lights. 2 students failed, 1 student passed, and 1 student received 1 minor mark. Let's dive deep into yellow traffic light rule and analyze the mentioned driving tests and see what went wrong. Whether you call it yellow, amber, or orange light, we are talking about this traffic light. So what's the rule for the yellow light? In the road rules book, it says you must stop on a yellow light unless it is unsafe to do so. If you notice, we have 4 keywords here. Must stop, unless unsafe. So when coming across a yellow light, you need to think about stopping first. If you can stop safely, then stop. But if you see your stop is going to be unsafe, you better go through the yellow light. There are 2 factors that affect your decision of whether to stop or go: your speed and your distance to the traffic lights. If your speed is not that fast and your distance to traffic lights is long enough to allow you to stop safely and smoothly with a gentle brake, then stop. For example, in a situation like this one here. But if your speed is fast, let's say for example 57 in a 60 zone, and your distance to the traffic lights is short, and if you brake, your brake is going to be a very rough brake, you better go through the yellow light, because in such cases you might not be able to stop behind the solid white line, and also if there is any cars behind you, they might hit you. For example, in this case like here, it's safer to go through the yellow light. So the first student comes across the yellow traffic light. At this point, traffic light turns yellow. His distance to the traffic light maybe is about 5 meters. And his speed is 52 kilometers per hour. Fast speed and short distance to the traffic lights. So the student decides to go through the yellow light. Good decision. That was a pass for this student. The same student came across 2 yellow traffic lights during his driving test. This is the second one. At this point, the traffic light turns yellow. His distance maybe to the traffic light is about 35 meters or so. And his speed is about 34 kilometers per hour. So he decides to stop. Good decision. The speed was not too fast and the distance was not that short. That was a pass again for this student. This student did very well handling the yellow traffic lights. When this student comes across these traffic lights, his distance to the yellow light is maybe about 15 meters. And his speed is about 41 kilometers per hour. So short distance and kind of fast speed. He stops with a rough brake. And he stops over the solid white line at the traffic lights. And if you see the camera at the back of the car, you see this white car behind him had to have a sudden brake at this point because he stopped all of a sudden. He got 1 minor mark for bad judgment for this situation where he could have gone through the yellow light. For this student, the traffic light turns yellow when her distance to the traffic light is almost 7 meters, so very short distance, and her speed is 34 kilometers per hour. She decides to go through the yellow light, but in the middle of the intersection, she wants to stop the car, and the examiner prompts her to go. We cannot stop in the middle of the intersection. And because the examiner had to tell her to go, it was a fail for this student at this point as well. And the fourth student. So at this point, traffic light turns yellow. The student wants to turn left at the traffic lights. His distance to the traffic light maybe is about 50 meters. And his speed is about 41 kilometers per hour. Just keep in mind that because he is turning, he needs to slow down. So when he turns on the red light. And that was a fail for this student. He could have stopped safely and smoothly with a nice brake, but he decided to go through the yellow light, which was red at the time when he turned. So here there are a few tips to help you make a better judgment and decision with the yellow light and get you ready for your driving test. Don't panic when you come across a yellow traffic light. Stop if you can stop safely and smoothly with a gentle brake. Go through the yellow light if your brake is going to be very rough and if you can't stop the car behind the solid white line. If the traffic light turns yellow and you are in the middle of the intersection, do not stop. Keep driving and clear the intersection. It takes a few seconds for the yellow light to turn red, usually between 3 to 6 seconds. Before braking, have a quick look at your rearview mirror to make sure the car behind you is not going to hit you when you stop. Don't be afraid to drive on the main road with traffic lights to experience coming across yellow lights.